And we live! Episode 76 of Game Player, and just right now, we have Morgan join in. As for Viper, well, he's missing. Put out a milk cottage for Viper. He's missing. Yeah, he's busy. Gonna be back next week. But yeah, episode 76. Finally, a showcase! All of a sudden, the people that were saying, no, we don't need a showcase or hyping it up, we're gonna
All,
talk about
all,
it.
all you doubters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Omar.
No,
Uh-huh.
I'm not a doctor. I am a demander. I demanded a showcase.
Yeah.
But yeah, Weeb, how are you, man? What you been playing?
I wish I could say good, but I'm still recovering from COVID again for the third fucking
What?
time. Yeah. But other than that, yeah, I mean, I had some plans tonight, but they fell through because I wasn't still good enough yet to leave the house. But other than that, I'm good enough to hear you complaining. So let's get on with the show. Been playing. I've finished Jedi Survivor. I got the plat. Absolutely loved it.
Nice.
Yeah, it, well, it was amazing. I mean, it was definitely a step up from the first game. Love the story, and I'm based on an interview I've seen from the actress who played Seer. I'm pretty sure Sony was involved with this because she did say like she would want to thank the Respawn people, the Sony people. I mean, she didn't slip up there. I think it's clear that Sony helped out there, and you can see it. It had that that Sony PlayStation studio magic there. Um, so yeah, absolutely blast. Had a few more crashes near the end of the game after it got patched a few times, so that's kind of surprising. But otherwise, I generally had a good experience, so I wasn't really bothered by many technical issues. And other than that, I finished a small indie game, Itora, which is sort of a Metroidvania light. I say light because there's not much exploration, but it is it was a fun short game with a interesting art style and sort of Inca setting, so that I like that. And I've played a little bit of Advance Wars remake, and also playing a Gundam game, Battle Operation Code Fairy. Uh, just started that, and yeah, that's it.
Got you. That Metrovania game, is that the one with the hammer? The girl and the hammer?
Yes.
Okay, because I've seen it on PlayStation and I wasn't sure if I should pick it up or not.
That's pretty fun. It's not
Mm-hmm.
hard or anything, and it's not there. It does have some issues, but only minor. Like I wish I had a fast travel system because it takes too much time to travel from A to B, and yes, some of the controls aren't as precise enough as I wanted to. Sometimes there's um when you like unlock new abilities for traversal, you want to just go really quickly, jump and dash, and the controls aren't precise enough for you to make challenging jumps through small platforms, and then you really just have to pause and do it slowly. That kind of frustrates me at times. Um, and yeah, I didn't get a plat because you have to finish the game in 5 hours to do that, and I didn't really want to do that for the first playthrough. Plus, you still have to grind a lot to get all upgrades, which is also part of the trophy roadmap. So yeah, I maybe go back to it in the future, but at this point, I just decided to move on.
Got you. So, Jedi Survivor. Um, um, it did feels like PlayStation have either a hand in it or they learned from PlayStation.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. But based on that interview, I have that seems to somewhat confirm that Sony did have a hand in it, that they supported them in some way. And if that's the case, yeah, it shows. It shows. You see the parts where they support it. It has that sort of cinematic feel to it that PlayStation is master of. And it feels good in the sense to show that all these people are complaining. Oh yeah, Sony games are always cinematic, walking sims, whatever, right? I mean, look at how much it improves this game, how much more immersive. I mean, it's a game based on a movie franchise. Of course, it needs to be cinematic to feel like it belongs there. It's part of that overall universe, and it shows. I mean, I loved how it made the experience so much more engaging, and that I felt for these characters. I think I don't know, maybe if they help with the writing, I don't know, probably not, but like it is such a step up with character writing in this game. Like some of the characters in the first game were, I didn't hate them, but I found some of them pretty bland, and they had like very sort of basic dialogue. And here they feel so much more alive. They feel so much more like living characters with unique personalities and quirks that just scream like, okay, these are living, breathing things that actually live in this universe, and make a difference. And I loved all these side characters that you can collect in the saloon. I because every time I went back there, I just went to talk with every single one of them and exhaust all dialogue options because I wanted to just experience more of the story through those characters, and they were all interesting, basically almost without any exception.
Gotcha. Okay, how are you? What you been playing?
Hey, sorry if it's really loud in the background. I'm driving and it just started
There is
pouring,
no
like
audio
pouring
in the
rain.
background,
Okay, well that's
so
good
you're
because
golden.
this rain is really loud. um, but I've been playing the Resident Evil 4 remake, and it's incredible. I absolutely love it. It's I mean, like before it came out, it's like, well, RE4 is still really good. It's like, does it really need a remake? But the way that they've done it, and once you get in there and start playing it, it's like, oh my gosh, okay, it did need it apparently, and I mean, they added stuff to it as well, and like everything feels fresh. Um, I mean, I do have some minor complaints for it though, but it's also because I'm coming off of fast-paced Horizon gameplay, so Resident Evil 4 feels a lot slower because it is, but also Leon feels like he weighs like it's like he weighs like 500 pounds or something. Because I'm trying to run, and I'm like, bitch, run! And he's not running. He's like just slightly walking faster. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then like I keep wanting to dodge because in Horizon you have a dedicated dodge button, and there is no like dodging when you want to. Like if you do dodge, it's usually a prompt that's given to you if for certain just for certain occasions. Um, and so it's like I will try to dodge, and then they will axe me, and I'll be like, oh fuck, and then I get all fucked up. So I've been having to readjust um, to Resident Evil 4 gameplay, but I've been having a real blast with it though, and it looks really good too.
Got you. And Nick, man, how are you? What you been playing?
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm still working through Jedi Survivor. Um, Again, still really good. I'm getting into that, settle into it, mid late game. Um, but yeah, it's been really good so far. Also tried out Humanity.
Oh, how
Um,
was that?
no, it's pretty cool. I haven't tried it in PSVR2 mode yet, but I plan to. So far, it's pretty good, and you know how I feel about puzzles, so
Oh
um,
yeah, yeah. You and puzzles do not get along.
yeah. So the fact that I find them interesting and thought provoking says a lot. I actually really like the puzzles in this game, so uh, yeah, it's good. It's good. I like playing it. It's something good to play in between like emails and stuff too. It's like just continuing to keep your mind thinking and pushing for something new. So yeah, it's pretty interesting so far. I'm hoping it's not that short. I don't really know yet because I don't know how far I am and whatnot. But yeah, that's been pretty good. And then like we've said, I've also been playing Advance Wars when I have a chance, uh, because Priscilla has been in full Zelda mode, so she's basically had the Switch since we bought it. Um, and then I did try Zelda. I've tried Zelda just a little bit. Um, Not enough to really talk about it like that yet, because apparently the entire part that I was in, or that you start in or whatever, is the tutorial. So it's kind of annoying because it's like everything's about doing whatever you want in that game, except in the tutorial, essentially. So yeah, I'm just kind of learning and getting through the tutorial, and then I'll see how I really feel when the game opens up. But yeah, that's about it.
That's what she said.
Morgan, how are you? What you been playing?
Um, yeah, I'm good. Over here in Weeb's boat, just getting over some kind of sickness. It might have been COVID. I don't know. Um, but recently, like everybody, played Jedi Survivor, platted it, loved it. It was amazing. Um, I pretty much agree with every um sentiment that Weeb had. Like, it's a vast improvement over the first game in literally every way. Story's great, characters great, gameplay great. I love that they increased the amount of like finishers and stances and combos and just the amount of customization that can go in the game. Um, it's definitely going to be a game of the year contender. Like, it's definitely going to be up there. Um, yeah, it definitely has that Sony touch to it, absolutely. And it's funny that we've shared that video clip. The actress kind of confirmed it because I kind of you can kind of always kind of feel, I don't know, it's a certain way games feel when PlayStation is somewhat, or Sony themselves are somewhat involved in the process. But fantastic game, loved it. Even with all the technical hiccups I had, and I had way more than We've. We've had a pretty good experience, but my game could barely hold 60 most of the time, especially on uh Kobo, the main planet, and it was so annoying that I pretty much had to play in 30 FPS mode most of the time. But even with all of that, it was still a fantastic game, and I started a new game plus, and I was kind of hoping by the time I started new game plus, Respawn would have fixed the majority of the problems, but it's probably going to be a while before they get that to at least like 90%. But it's cool. I mean, it's not cool, but it's still a fantastic game. Other than that, I really haven't been playing much. I've been trying to go through my backlog and see what else because I have so many games that I either haven't played or haven't finished that I need to get done, and I'm just trying to figure out which game I want to tackle first. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Gotcha. As for me, I was on the Survivor hype. I actually finished the game on the hardest difficulty. Final boss is a bitch. There are a few boss battles where
Well,
I'm like, damn, that's rough. But for the most part, it's a fun game. Like, again, PlayStation has absolutely an influence in EA. Like, I bet money on that. Um,
I'll play it when it gets fixed completely and it goes on
sorry?
sale.
You gonna be waiting a while
I said no. I give it like 6 months, and it'll be completely fixed and on sale.
with Respawn's track record. It might be longer than that, but I feel you.
I gotta play Fallen Order first, so I mean, you know. So by the time maybe I get done with that, maybe.
Maybe.
Gotcha. No, for me, with Jedi Survivor, it's like they learn from their mistakes. The boss battles are amazing. Like, I felt I'm playing God of War at certain moments. That's how every single time when I'm playing, I feel like they learn. They genuinely took notes from PlayStation. And it's crazy how EA can learn from PlayStation, but Microsoft is stuck in their own way.
Didn't we talk with didn't we say last week that EA was the one that said that single players were pretty dead? That
You're
nobody wants to play
botting.
them? Can you hear me?
yeah,
You're botting.
Was it? I don't know. Is this better?
yeah. I can hear you.
No,
Oh.
it started doing it again. Might just be your location.
I think you're in a bad area, okay?
I guess I give up. I give up. I don't know. I'm in Alabama. I mean, what do you expect? So.
She is botting like a mofo. Am I right?
Okay, let's move on.
Phil Spencer's trying to take me out.
Oh man.
But going back
Go
to
on,
Jedi
go on.
Survivor. It, look, I wanted to play the game, but one quest line glitched on me. So I gave up. Maybe if EA fix their shit, I'm not gonna waste my time, cause my laptop is already dog shit. So for me to need to use YouTube to find out where the essence are, I'm like, oh, not worth it then. Um, so I just
I don't think you need all essences for the plateau.
well, okay. So if that's the case, I might just get back to it when I'm podcasting on Monday, cause that mindless talk, that mindless what you call it, hunting. So there is no real story content about it. But leaving Survivor, I started the discounted version of um, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom called Chia. Um, Look, it got a charm. The story, I thought it was gonna go somewhere, and it disappointed me at the end. I don't know how Morgan feels, 'cause Morgan got the plot in it. Also, I got a glitch where my raft would sink during a race, and you need to 100% everything in order to get the plot. So I had to start over, and now I made a mistake. Let's just say if this counts and I can get the plat, I'm moving on to Yakuza 0 because I'm close to the end. I just did the final boss, I think. Or maybe there is more content to this. I do still want to do the. Um I still do want to do something like the what you call it, the treasure hunt. Um, when it comes to Shia, look, too much singing, too much music stuff, like needing to use music to get something. I'm cool with that. That's cool. That's fun. But the music where you need to almost like a rhythm game, it's like too much,
I mean,
dude.
that's kind of the point of the game, though, Omar. That's like they're incorporating a lot of their culture, which music is a important part. So that's
Yeah,
why music.
the music is nice though. It really is nice though. Did
That
you
sounds
do
like a
the
backhanded compliment.
sorry? No, no, no. The
That
music
sounded like a
is fun.
backhanded compliment. Like you hate on the game for being what it is. You
No,
know, it's like
I'm
say I hate.
hating. I'm hating on when they did that music note. I'm like, you literally just lost your. I'm not gonna say it because it's a spoiler. Um,
Uh-huh. It's like saying I hate playing hide and go seek because I don't like that. Like I don't like to hide, so it's not a good game.
no, 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 no. It's not a good. It's not a good game. It's lacking. Like the world is empty.
I don't
And
know. It seems like a lot
you
going on in the island. I don't know.
you can no, no, no. I'm talking about going from point A to point B. It's genuinely empty.
Are you talking about you're steering the boat? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, if you're either in boat on the boat, or you're on the on what you call it on as an animal in the air. Like I waited so many times just flying and going from point A to point B,
I
and that's
mean,
one of the
how else are you gonna
biggest
get there?
issue is that. Sorry, what did you say, Morgan?
I know I'm saying, like, what else you put? You want a mini game as you're traveling? Like, I don't get it. Like, what do you want to happen as you're getting
Oh,
from point A to
oh,
point B?
I actually would love to see a random fight happen on the road. Well, there are
Well, I
certain
hate
areas
that.
where you
When
can
I'm
fight.
on the way to do something and a random fight pops up, I hate that shit.
Uh,
Yeah, that was the one of the things I didn't like about Tiny Tina when you went into that overworld. And like if somebody popped up and you didn't punch him, you had to like go through this whole like little arena type thing. And I was like, oh, it's so fucking
Pokemon
annoying.
style. Oh man, you've crossed the wild
Yeah.
Pokemon.
It's like you couldn't like, and they didn't give you the chance or the option to run away.
Yeah,
You know,
you
at
just
least
gotta
in
fight it
Pokemon,
out.
they're like run away. Like they're like, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just trying to get to this one place. Let me
Yeah,
go there.
I appreciate when games don't force me to get into fights. Like I'm just trying to get to my destination. Let me get there and do what I gotta do.
um,
As you were
when
saying, Omar.
no. Like, look, I'm enjoying the game. It's an 8 out of 10. It's just It's got charm. It really does. One, the story didn't go where I think I wanted it to go, but that and the lack of something to do in the open world. But that's about it. My next game is going to be Yakuza Zero. Shout out to Morgan because she is the one that told me which chronicle order I should start with. And yeah, I will leave it as that.
Even though I told you that ages ago, but okay.
You know he don't listen to you, Weeb.
He has selective hearing. You should know that, especially for you, Weave. Especially for you.
He has selective memory.
What do you mean?
Yeah, that too.
No, what do you mean?
I told you that you asked that ages ago what the order was to play. You've been planning to play Yakuza for years now.
Yeah, but this is now genuine because I downloaded the game. It's over.
Yeah.
Like after Chia, I'm starting Zero.
So you're gonna experience greatness.
He about to experience some greatness.
Yeah. And they're gonna complain to me. Why didn't you tell me before that I should play this game?
I'm not gonna be like, I really liked it, but oh my god, these cutscenes, bro.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be like, oh man, I just want some gameplay. Let's get to the gameplay.
Oh, I'm gonna tear him apart if he's gonna complain about that.
You're in for a treat, though.
Omar,
This man just spacing out. Good God.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm gonna start with the first topic. I don't know how to say this, but apparently Overwatch was supposed to have a single player campaign, and they scrapped it. A player versus enemies, and they scrapped it. And people are not happy. When it comes to Overwatch campaign scrapping, people are like, where did the money go? How can you hide this from us?
I mean, I don't play Overwatch, but
Go ahead, what do you
I've
want to
been,
say?
I've been looking at and kind of following, trying to see what people were talking about, and apparently that was the whole point of Overwatch 2. Like that's the new system was going to be like, I guess the PVE or the single player portion was the new factor and the reason people wanted to, or that Blizzard was selling Overwatch 2. That was the new component, and now it's basically just Overwatch 1.5. People are like, why the hell did you have us switch over and buy this if it's just going to be the same dang game now? Like now there was no reason for us to switch over. And people are alluding that, well, the real reason they wanted people to switch over was because they wanted to switch from a new way to monetize, I guess, from loot boxes to freaking battle passes or something. They that was the real reason they wanted people to switch over. They wanted a new way to monetize the players, essentially. And yeah, I mean, it's not really surprising given Blizzard's track record that they would do some crazy shit like this. Like, I don't know. It's just Blizzard, Activision being exactly who they are, essentially.
Okay, what's your thoughts?
On Overwatch, what are they doing?
Yeah.
I don't think he really knows what they're doing.
What exactly are they doing? I've been home, so I didn't keep up with the gaming news.
Doesn't matter.
So basically, they promised a single player campaign, and they scrapped it. And that was the entire point why they wanted to release Overwatch 2. but then Overwatch 2 will release without the campaign, and now they confirmed that the campaign is crashed.
Oh, I mean, I'm surprised that they even attempted at all at a campaign. I mean, the people that do play Overwatch, I don't think they're exactly playing it for the story. I mean,
Oh, they wanted a story.
so
Oh, they wanted it.
they, oh,
Yes, the Overwatch community
I
is
think they
very
say that.
livid about this. They are very upset because they were promised this.
Well, I mean, yeah, I can see why they'd be upset because if something was promised was taken away, yeah. But I mean, I think that's shitty. Like, you shouldn't promise something and then not deliver on it. I mean, even Redfall came out, so I mean, they can't do worse than that. So, I mean,
Okay,
yeah, that sucks for them. Oh well, I don't care.
what about you?
Oh, I didn't give a shit about Overwatch, but yeah, it definitely makes Overwatch 2 completely useless if they're gonna scrap the one part that was gonna, yeah, what that is gonna be all about. So yeah, I guess they had to do it because they're not gonna get that 60 billion from Microsoft.
Oh man, they
Yeah,
said they got to do what they got to do.
yeah, sucks to suck.
Gotcha. Nate, you're back? Okay, he's not. Then as for me, look, it's shitty. It absolutely is shitty. Especially apparently Overwatch made a lot of money. It even won Game of the Year over Uncharted 4. Let that sink in. Um, so it's crazy. But yeah, no. Overwatch doing Blizzard doing what they did is there are people defending it. They're like, development is hard. I'm like, you should have thought that before lying to the people. And that's about it. And Innate is busy, so let's get to the next topic, which is going to be the EU. EU accepted.
God, Omar, why?
Yeah.
Hey, it's the topic.
Is
We're
it?
gonna we're gonna whatchamacallit, fly through it. They
Essentially,
accepted the deal. What's your thoughts? They failed us.
Did they? I mean, it's not going to change the CMA's position. I mean, they literally came out and said that, like, nice for you, but we're not going to change our opinion. And if the CMA is blocking it, it's blocked forever. It's not going to go through. And of course, the FTC is still suing them, so it doesn't matter. I mean, if Xbox fanboys are now thinking that this changed anything, no, it doesn't. It only takes away one less nail in the coffin, I'd say, because if the EU blocked it, then then you didn't have any other uh, recourse whatsoever, because then that doesn't matter if you appeal the CMA because the EU blocked it, blah blah. And the deal is dead. I mean, the CMA is not going to change their mind. Appealing has never worked, and the FTC has a lawsuit going, and they have a pretty high win rate. So uh, I mean, yeah, suck. And look, I can get it because if they're not focusing on the cloud aspect that the CMA was focusing on, yeah, and because they also discerned there wasn't an effect on competition outside of the cloud aspect. So if the EU only focuses on that, yeah, I get why they would approve it, which I think is stupid either way because it also will have effect of on the non-cloud aspects of gaming. But I take what I can get, right? I mean, if that's what it takes, and I still find it funny that the entire aspect that uh, Phil Spencer and all these Xbox zealots were championing, that's future gaming, the cloud's the future, and that's the thing that's killing. I love it.
Morgan?
Yeah, I mean, essentially what we've said. Honestly, this whole thing with the EU approving this, the only thing it did for me was elongate my torture with this damn acquisition. It just means I
Yeah.
have to put up with this bullshit even longer. I just want a decision to be made. Why do they keep doing this to me? And people are, like, you got two sides of the coin here. You got, some people saying, "Oh, this is great. The acquisitions, this is just another approval," because then you had China also approve the acquisition as well, and so everybody's cheering, "Oh my gosh, it's gonna go through, it's great," but they're not paying attention to the the remedies and the stipulations that the EU has put in place for it to go through, and whether or not Microsoft would actually agree to that. And some people are saying, just cut the UK altogether. I'm just like, there's a reason why 99% of y'all, or let's be real, 100% of y'all aren't in the boardrooms with Microsoft, because y'all don't know what the hell you're talking about and making these business decisions. Like, yeah, let's just cut out like the biggest European market out. Like, that's just something Microsoft is just gonna absolutely do. And it's just because, with no repercussions to their business model whatsoever. Like, yeah, that makes perfect sense to implement that idea. But I'm just laughing because, once again, this approval has made certain fanboys and fanatics once again get in their armchairs and become professional business analysts once again, because now they felt a little defeated with the CMA's decision, but they got their confidence back when the UA came. Their degrees came through, and they're like, yes, this is happening. This is what's going to happen. These are the steps Microsoft's going to take. It's going to happen regardless, whatever. And it's just like, all right, I'm just at this point, I'm just muting words, Activision, Blizzard, EU, CMA, because I'm just tired of it all. And I just, y'all can hit me back when a decision's made, one way or the other. It's just, I just want this to be done. I'm tired of talking about this. Is like the most boring acquisition in the history of gaming, and I'm just like, from one of the most just sadly unimaginative like publishers ever. So I'm just like, all right, whatever. Like, let them have it, so PlayStation can just have free range to get whatever the fuck they want. Like, just give it to them, and let PlayStation just get the East. Like, that's how I feel.
So
But
you genuinely want it to go that route?
I do, just to prove to the point that this isn't gonna save Xbox.
Absolutely not.
Like, let them have it, just to prove that this will not do anything for them. They can get this, they can get another publisher, they can get another developer, but PlayStation's still gonna reign, and they're still gonna be third place. So I just don't want them to have any excuses at the end of the generation. They'll be like, well, the only reason you guys won is because we got the Activision Blizzard deal like denied. Microsoft would have stomped if that went through. I'm like, yeah, okay. Like, let them have it. That's what I say. Give it to them. Let Microsoft do what they do, which is fuck shit up at an expedient rate, and so they had no excuses. Like, let them do it. Because then at that point, then what's the excuse? Like, y'all gonna be like, oh well,
COVID.
Yeah, it was. We gonna be playing COVID till
COVID.
2030. It was COVID. That's why. Development is hard,
Hard. Yep.
guys. Developing games are hard. You can't put that all on my. No, that was Activision Blizzard. That they did that. That wasn't Xbox. Xbox wasn't even in the room.
Right,
That
right.
they're gonna hit them with the Redfall excuse. Well, Xbox wasn't
Yeah.
there to regulate. It wasn't. It wasn't them. Like, okay, all right, bet, cool.
I love it.
I just want them all to shut the fuck up. I'm fucking done with this.
I'm so done.
I mean,
can't-
honestly,
I'm
the it wouldn't be so bad if the execs would all shut the fuck up, but they just won't. They just won't stop tweeting, and it's like Lulu especially get on my last damn nerves. I'm like, woman, don't you got some documents to sign or some shit? Like,
Listen, I can't even be mad at her because like she got a check coming her way if this shit clear. I'll be tweeting all about
like I mean, like they said, it's like 100.
Yeah,
It's like
PlayStation.
85 million for Kodak or some shit like that. Like
Hell yeah.
I was like, bro, you already on the billionaires list. Calm
Yo,
down.
I be tweeting every hour on the hour, man. Fuck PlayStation, bro. Why they keep trying to block this deal? It's good for gamers. I be saying all types of shit. Yo, get me my check. Shit.
The fact that any of them believe that's why she's tweeting it is hilarious, though. I'm just like,
No, yeah. She truly believes this is the best for everybody involved. Like, yeah, that's the motive. She's got a good heart.
so she could get uninvolved and get paid.
She said, "I'm trying to get it." I told her I can't be mad because people be hating on her. I'm like, nah, yo, she's in it for the check. Don't get mad.
Absolutely,
She hustling.
it's working because they believe her.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, they're like, Lulu's the best,
Before we
bro.
continue,
You know, she
before
probably,
I-
she'll go to the bathroom to take a shit, and then she goes, "Oh fuck, I almost forgot. I need to say something."
I gotta say something.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Get your money, girl. Get it.
before we continue, let's give shout out to chat. Sazaman Naruto. Wait, no. Give me a second, cause
Are you spazzing out?
no, see, I'm shouting out the chat, but I need to read the name right. Sazama. Oh, Sazam Naruto. Okay, so it is Sazam Naruto. Okay, gotcha. Innate, I don't care about them. Hey, one half of what's up, PlayStation Nation, Mr. Persona. How are you, my man? Sony Slim, how are you, man?
Yes.
Morgan is also no person I care about.
alright.
And Blue Mustang. Hey, welcome. And with that being said, Innate, I do want to ask you what your thoughts on the whole Blizzard with the Overwatch situation, because you used to, deal with Blizzard.
Well,
So
I
you
mean,
know how they are.
I like some of the other stuff that they do, but I mean, honestly, it doesn't surprise me. Blizzard is a lot like Microsoft in their behavior when they go to do something. If they feel like they failed, they immediately scrap it, toss it out the window, and they don't care. Like they do that a lot. A lot of people just don't see it because they've had World of Warcraft for so long. Um, but like I said, they did the same thing with the MMO that they were working on that was supposed to replace WoW. They were supposed to make a successor because obviously WoW, looks like a PS3 game. Um, so they were supposed to update that and come out with something brand new. They failed. They scrapped the whole thing after working on it for several years. It's just not surprising coming from that company, and I think that's why they'll fit in really great with Microsoft. They tend to scrap things, from a creative standpoint that they can't get done. Um, so yeah, it's not surprising. I mean, people are gonna learn to stop jumping in on these games based on the promise, and start to expect for these companies to deliver out the gate. I mean, yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous for that to be the main reason for Overwatch 2, especially because, like I said, they started outlining all these backstories for each of the characters and their lives and this, that, and the third, and people were like, all right, cool, we're gonna get to experience this now, like because of Overwatch 2, and then just be like, nah, we're not doing that. Like, absolutely ridiculous slap in the face. Do I see like a bunch of people leaving because of that? No, because a lot of them just play Overwatch just to, shoot stuff, very basic, uh, get on and shoot stuff kind of thing. So I don't know. We'll see if the drop off is severe enough, they might get off their ass and finally do something about it. But yeah, without a severe drop off in player base, like they're not gonna do much about it. So it is what it is.
Gotcha. What your thoughts of the whole Europe blocking the deal with? I mean, allowing the deal to go through.
I mean, Morgan basically said what I said because we had talked about it. We're kind of laughing at
Yeah, we're gonna.
some of the stipulations that were put in place. A lot of people didn't read into that and what that entailed. Honestly, it was kind of a joke. It just really felt like it was more political than anything because the EU basically tried to be funny. The whole Brit exit thing. There's obviously still like, I don't know, some weird tension there. Uh, so they basically tried to be like, hey, look, we approved the deal based on all the bullshit that y'all blocked the deal. We found a solution. Look at us. And it's like, fucking politics is so petty. Um, so yeah, honestly, it was just a hollow quote unquote win because, like I said, it was just politics at the end of the day. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes when the deal actually needs to be put into use. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't really care. I personally, my favorite part of that was the CMA's response. That was basically like, while we respect, you guys' decision, yeah, you're wrong, and we're still gonna block it, as they should, because I mean, I think the CMA is one of the few that had actually done the homework. They know how Microsoft is about playing the long game, as how this goes, and the EU thinking there's no incentive to remove Call of Duty or Diablo or other Activision Blizzard products, or not bring them to PlayStation in the future. They're an absolute idiot, and they have no idea what the hell they're talking about. Which is why it sucks when you have regulators who regulate, things like phone companies and literally everything but the kitchen sink, and they don't specialize in this kind of thing because they don't really see the repercussions or the issues in what they're going forward on. And the CMA is one of the few that seems to have done that. So yeah, I mean, it's sad if it goes through. Like Morgan said, it'll be interesting to see how long before Microsoft murders the majority of what Activision has to offer in the first place. Whoever doesn't exit that company expeditiously, anyway, because I mean they're already bleeding talent before the acquisition even goes through. So I mean, at this point, I imagine it's gonna look like a mass exodus if this actually does go through. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. And obviously that there's a lot hanging on the next Call of Duty, which supposedly they said we weren't going to get a new Call of Duty, and now I'm hearing we are getting Call of Duty, which that kind of stuff pisses me off because it's like, in opposed to what's going on with the deal, this COD that we got was supposed to last 2 years, and they were supposed to take more time on the next one, and now supposedly they're talking about trying to name this next one the Modern Warfare 3 remake or something. Uh, so which I find funny
Jesus.
because
You're so
obviously,
unimaginative.
well, I
Like,
mean,
good
they really
God.
are. But you know what they're trying to do. Remember, like I said, the reason I jumped back in and the reason a bunch of people jumped back in on this one is why it's called Modern Warfare 2, and it was supposed to be, you know, the bringing back the greatness. Now, obviously, after we've played it, we know that it's nothing like Modern Warfare 2. So again, they're trying to bring back something in name only and see if it works again. And I'm not falling for that bullshit. Like I said, I hadn't purchased COD in years since then. So I can go a couple more years without purchasing COD, if ever again, if they want to play with me. So they think I'm stupid. We'll see how that goes. Especially under
Yeah, yeah.
Microsoft, it's going to be under a microscope. What are you saying, Kay?
I'm gonna remember this. I'm gonna remember this. I'm gonna
Absolutely.
record this. Well, clip this.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna put it away in my little receipt folder.
Absolutely.
When the day comes that you're like, yo, hey, I'm getting on that COD and I'm playing with Morgan, I'm gonna be like, oh, wait, hold on. I start searching through my receipt folder. I'm gonna cash it
Now,
in.
to be fair, I said I won't buy it. So if I didn't buy
Oh,
it,
oh no, 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 no,
if I didn't
Oh,
buy
man. He
it,
hit you with that loophole, though.
I said that's
Now
all I
he's gonna
said.
make
He
a
hit you with the
distinction.
loophole.
He's
Like, I
gonna
ain't buy it, though.
Yeah, if I
no,
didn't buy
make
it,
a
I can't.
distinction. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I can't look a
No,
gift horse in the mouth.
no,
Mouth. You know what I'm
no.
saying? You know, like what do you?
Yeah.
I got birthdays and Christmas too. Like I mean, sure,
Well,
you
so
know.
you now had to like just make like a little loophole for yourself because there's some little tiny bit part of you that's thinking I might get it.
If it's fire, but
Ah,
I'm still
ah,
annoyed.
ah.
But yeah, I mean, if we're talking about the same team that's still involved, then yeah, it's gonna be an absolute no. Like, yeah, I'll definitely wait for. I know Persona's in the chat, so I'll definitely wait for him and Bari to. I want to see the real rage videos. You know, I gotta give it 3 to 4 weeks when they're like, "Oh, this is some bullshit." You know what I'm saying? When I see those, that's when I know. I'm like, okay, so still standard COD.
Yeah. But then later on, they're gonna get it and play it, and then that's gonna give you an excuse for you to be like, okay, yeah, I'll get it.
Nah,
I see.
you gotta see. It's a process. It's a process.
You know, COD. You know,
That like,
it's a love hate relationship with COD. You know,
yeah.
it's just one of those things.
Yeah, when me and
There's
Morgan got
layers
on
to this.
got a bit ago, you know, we had some fun real quick, and then we got our sanity back, and we were like, all right, back to
Yeah.
this other
We're
stuff.
like, all right, I'm tired of this now.
Yeah. It lasted about a week and a half. But yeah, that's it, Omar.
Gotcha. Um, Another, as for me, look, I'm with look, as much as I want to be with Morgan, I really don't want them to take Activision.
Oh man, pony.
No, because I don't want for the industry to head that way.
You feel like you're thinking about the precedent. You think it's gonna set the
Yeah,
precedents, and that more is to come because Microsoft
yeah,
has even said that they're not done. So you don't want it to
yeah,
become the norm.
yeah,
Yeah, I get you.
yeah. Also, it leaves other room for other companies to come in and do that as well. Tencent is making a move, and
They've been doing that though. They've been buying every damn thing.
yeah, and there is therefore that other company. I forgot what's called. There is Tencent, and there is another company.
You mean the
NetEase.
Embracer Group?
Yeah, Embracer Group. They're also making a move. So things are changing.
I mean, things are changing and moving in a certain way, but I mean, the key with companies like Tencent and Embracer is they're not a platform holder, and that is why, like I said, I don't mind in some regard, you know. But these companies, like everybody else, my only real concern with the majority of these companies is that they can prove that they're going to take care of these acquisitions and actually do something with them. That's my real main concern. Um, it just so I get where you're coming from, but that's the big difference between them and Microsoft buying up a bunch of stuff. Because make no mistake, Microsoft's entire point of purchasing all this stuff in the long run is to have a what is essentially in business terms a controlling interest, where basically you have so much on your plate, basically so much to offer that basically you can't be ignored. That's basically what they're trying to build up, this war chest, so to speak. um so yeah, I mean, it's frustrating. Like, I get where you're coming from, but yeah, in their case, they don't have a platform, you know, or a dog in the race, as they say, or whatever.
Until they start up that subscription service.
Oh man, not the subscription service.
You gotta get the 10-cent subscription service.
I mean,
Oh
look,
man.
well, and that's the scary thought, right? Is that this is turning into the subscription fight that we see now,
That subscription battle.
where, you know, we all know, hey, I want to watch that one thing. Oh, it's on HBO. Oh, I want to watch that one thing. Oh, it's on Showtime. Oh, I want to watch, you know, and it's like, you know, you start to see that kind of mess. So yeah,
My stupid ass over here subscribing to all them damn platforms: Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, shit. Like I Amazon. Like, oh god, they be getting my ass.
Yeah, that's what we don't want, and that's what I don't think. Like again, I don't think a lot of Xbox fans think it's just like it's all gonna come to them in Game Pass, which has already been quite evident that it's not, right? But they still keep holding out hope, and they're like, Microsoft will just buy everything, and it's like, no, I mean that's statistically impossible. Like they're not gonna let them do that. Number one, but yeah, it's yeah, I
Oh man,
get.
that game hit the Xbox. Oh, we gotta buy that publisher. We gotta buy that developer.
Yeah,
Nah.
you're not going in Game Pass. Yo, buy them,
Oh, that's
buy
an
them.
insult. Buy them Xbox
Yeah,
immediately.
yeah. So yeah,
Like, you gonna
I
be
get
here.
your fear, Omar, and that is it is dangerous, but yeah, man, it all depends on how it goes, man. Like I said, I definitely need the East protected. I definitely don't need Microsoft's uncreative, unproductive, you know, company killing ass touching anyone over there. They looking a little too cozy with Sega lately.
Okay, Pony.
Yeah, I mean, hey, like, call it what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ride in like a stallion. You know, if I got to. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
man.
Uh, but yeah, I mean, I do not want this company who is, a literal creative killer, anywhere near my pride and joy of Japanese created games over the years. You know
One
that place.
creative killer. Redfall and Halo Infinite were amazing
They were amazing disappointments.
creatively.
You right?
I mean, they're coming for the East. Okay, like they've literally doubled their sales in Japan. Okay, they went from like 50 to like 150, bro. Like you can't stop that's growth. You can't stop that. Like
Nope,
that's
nope, nope.
progressive. Like that right there. That's three times growth. Like you can't. How's PlayStation gonna stop that? Okay, you can't fight those numbers. All right, it's I don't know what to tell you. They're about to dominate. You know, we see them all over the stores in Japan now. You know, they got their corner. All
Yeah.
right, like that's gonna spread. All right, so you got to be wary. Xbox about to dominate. Don't fight it. Like they're coming for Japan, bro. They about to get Sega next.
Oh hell
Sega
no, hell no, please no.
Sega
Yeah,
on the
that
chopping
is
block. Let's
yeah,
go.
that's the
X
next
plus
acquisition.
Xbox. Xbox plus
I
Sega.
mean,
Absolutely not.
the Sonic controllers were the clue.
Oh god, not the Sonic
Oh yeah,
controllers.
yo, them furry ass things. Hell yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Got my
If,
Yeah,
my
that's
Cheeto
if
Xbox.
they
crumbs all over
if
that
they
shit.
buy if they buy
Yep.
Sega, then I will demand that the CMA make
Not
them
demand.
We've said he catching a
He's
flight.
gonna be one. He's gonna be one of the fanboys that write the letter, like,
Nah,
dear
nah, we've
CMA.
catching a flight. He about to put on a suit. We,
I'm like, we? He's in a congressional hearing right now. Is
yeah,
that we?
we live streaming. All right, it's about to be my turn.
Oh
I love
man.
it. We about to single
Oh
handedly
man.
block the deal. I love it. He got
Yeah, they
have the
about they.
chain on underneath, block the deal, but you can't see it. He
Mm-hmm.
gonna pull it out afterwards. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm-mm. Xbox is the
I'm
home of Yakuza.
expecting
You can't fight that.
I'll make them block the game.
We've said, look, I'm gonna give you an offer you can't refuse. Yeah.
I'll
Oh
buy
man.
an Xbox. I will increase your sales by 50%.
Yo. 50. Jesus. Oh man.
I love it.
Okay. No. Putting the fun aside, this happened 4 days ago. Another live service game has development after just 1 year. It's Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, it's a game as a live service, and it's dead. And
As, as
is
all
this the,
that game should be.
sorry?
As it should be.
Yeah, is this the future of live service games? And if so, is PlayStation paying attention to that?
Of course they
Or
are.
are they still gonna move on with their 10 to 12 live service games? Go ahead, Nate.
Morgan sounded like she was ready to jump in. I mean, go
Oh
for
no,
it.
I mean you're good. Go ahead. You're good.
Okay. No. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think PlayStation obviously has their own plans. Yeah. I mean, we've seen a ton of live service games get killed recently. I mean, and rightfully so. They were trash. Uh, so I mean, yeah, you want to play in the live service game, you gotta keep the live service content rolling. That's just the reality. You want to like you say, you want to jump in the ring with the big boys. You got to play like them. Despite what people like or not about Fortnite, Apex Legends, and a couple of these other games that have been thriving in that space, they keep the content rolling. They listen to their community. They're constantly updating these games, bringing other events to these games. Um, and I mean, it's a balance, right? Like, I mean, sometimes they do misstep, but you can either retroact that, and bring it back, or what have you. I mean, Fortnite just made a really big misstep the other day, which I didn't find out because normally I don't play this mode, but the one of the biggest benefits of Fortnite is you can play with you can play solo, you can play duos, trios, or squad, which is four. They removed trios really for no reason, which is absolutely ridiculous because, of course, the moment I found out was the day after they did it, and I happened to be playing with two other people, and we are basically essentially forced to bring in a random or play with just three people in a squad based mode where everybody has four-man team. So yeah, like they'll make mistakes like that and stuff. But I mean, I think regardless, I mean that game is still thriving, right? And they'll ultimately, correct the nonsense. But I think that's the key, right? It just takes a lot to keep these things going. Like I've happened to be playing this particular season of Fortnite, and there's been 5 or 6 events on top of the battle pass, major stuff, the creative events, like just all kinds of stuff, extra skins. It's just been that you could just constantly earn without anything extra, as well as keeping up with whatever's hot or popular at the time. Obviously May the 4th happened, so they had all the Star Wars stuff. They got tons of those skins, like all this stuff it takes to keep up with these live service games. But again, the reason why I said at least currently, I think they are paying attention, but I just don't think all of them are going to be the traditional live service games. I just don't see PlayStation being that bland, and I think that's why they're still talking about, like you said, these 10 to 12 live service games. Maybe they'll dial some of that back. I mean, we don't really know because we haven't seen any of them yet, right? But again, I still am along the lines of thinking some of them will be more reminiscent of, like I mentioned before, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Um, like I said, that's a big thing. If you did it right, you know, um, being able to see a single player game evolve as much as that game did. That obviously got away from them, and that game got unimaginably huge. I can't imagine the amount of people working on something like Valhalla to make it that crazy. But yeah, I think you'll see PlayStation experiment across the board with a bunch of different types, um, and kind of see where they go from there. But yeah, I mean, a big reason for that is, I mean, I immediately said the Vampire Masquerade thing was trash when I seen it day one, and I had a couple people, because there are those couple of people you follow that are like they got to try everything that releases. Oh, that game's coming out. It's Friday. I'm gonna jump on that.
Nah, dude, time is more important than, like, I learned that you don't need to try
Oh,
everything
absolutely not.
just be-
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, I'm not doing that shit. But, like, I know the type. But those are not the type of people who are going to keep the game going because they tried it over the weekend once or twice, maybe once more, and then they never got on it again. That's not going to keep a live service game live. So, yeah, you're just seeing the results
Mhm.
of,
Before I
these
let you
this
continue,
trash.
uh,
So,
yeah, I just want to say two things. One, shout out to Greg the Tech Guy. I listened to his show today. Um, Sadly, I couldn't comment because I was on the road. Uh, he had a great show, and we are getting invaded by Salty. We invaded him last week, 2 days ago. So it's now his turn to invade us. What's up, Salty Man? How are you?
Oh,
Thank you for having me last Thursday. Who was that? Who
Okay.
wanted to say something?
Sound like Kay was saying something.
oh, oh, nothing.
Oh, okay.
Nothing. Never mind. Never mind.
Mm.
But yeah, yeah, like I said, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, you can go ahead and jump in, Morgan.
Morgan, what's your thoughts?
You know, when it comes to like live service games, you know, they have their select market and there's, you know, and their people, you know, their select gamers and they're, you know, they're all in games like, you know, Fortnite and Valorant, Overwatch, Destiny, GTA Online, you know, games like that. And it's going to take a lot to pull that audience from their go-to live service game. You know, they've got their people over there, the people they play with, they got their skins, they got their builds, they got, you know, their money they've invested in all these live service games that they're a part of. And it's going to take, you know, more than just, oh, we got a live service game with vampires to pull people away from their, like I said, their go-to game and get them to come from that and stay on your game. And I, you know, I was with the Nate, like I saw the game and I, you know, I'm not a live service person, but if something looks good, I'll try it. But that game did not interest me in the slightest. I looked at that and I was like, that's a pass. It's a pass for me. But it's just, you know, that's why I think, you know, when it comes to Sony and, you know, their gas games, their live service games, that's why they're kind of playing at numbers, right? They've got what they said they have like, I can't remember the exact number. It was a lot though, like 10 to 15 live service games that they're currently working on right now. And it's because when it comes to those type of games, it's a numbers game. You know, it's not a guarantee like PlayStation single player. Like they've got that formula down. They know what to do. They know what's going to hit. And you know, 99% of those type of games that they release, they hit. But with live service games, it's more of you know, you got to throw a bunch of shit at the wall and kind of see what sticks. So they're going for like numbers, like, okay, we're going to make like 10, 15, and we're going to see what hits. We're going to see what people like, and we're going to, you know, invest in those and push those. But, you know, hopefully, like I said, you know, that was why, you know, Sony, you know, rightfully so, at least for their strategy, they went and invested in Bungie, you know, people who are vets in live service and, you know, Destiny and its popularity, Destiny 1, Destiny 2, because they have vets that know how to at least, you know, make a live service game, one that people want to play and continue to play and have a community. And, you know, they're going to have them bring their experience into making, you know, these live service games for PlayStation. Hopefully they pan out. I mean, I'm not going to be opposed to PlayStation's live service games. Like, you know, I'm going to be looking and seeing what they have to offer. But I mean, if to me it looks like some generic live service, you know, type of game, I'm probably going to pass. I mean, the only live service game, well, I don't know if it's 100% going to be live service, but I'm pretty sure it is. Factions 2 or Factions, whatever they decide to name Naughty Dog's multiplayer game, that's the one I know I'm going to be on, and I'm going to be playing crazy. But the other ones, you know, I have no idea what Haven's doing. We don't even know if the other one where they laid off a bunch of people.
Deviation game.
Yeah, we don't even know if that game's still going to come out or whatever. So, I mean, I'll be keeping my eye. I'm pretty sure, you know, this upcoming showcase, we're going to see maybe a few of them. I'll be keeping my eye out on them, seeing if they look interesting. Hopefully PlayStation like takes notes from games like Fortnite and stuff like that to know what players want. And it's not just about, okay, let's monetize the hell out of this game. It's about keeping the content fresh, keeping it moving, making sure you're not having these long ass seasons, you know, like a season that lasts 6 to 12 months before you put any new content out there. Hopefully they saw the backlash with Halo Infinite and how it started off people excited, but then they took forever for new content, new maps, new weapons, and it was pissing the player base off. Hopefully they're watching, taking notes, and not just, you know, worried at the end of the day, just, okay, let's see how much we can monetize this game to get, you know, as much as we can, as much profit as we can. But yeah, it's not surprising. Like I expect, when it comes to live service games, I always expect like a high fill rate. If you're not on the top echelon of live service games, I don't really expect you to stay around for more than a year. But yeah.
Gotcha.
Do we know, or do we even think if the Horizon multiplayer is going to be live service?
I was thinking
Oh,
that.
it's
I was
absolutely going to be.
that or
Like,
that dang rumored Horizon Zero Dawn remake or remaster, the most useless thing. Yeah.
I don't know. I might, if they do a remaster remake for Zero Dawn, I might break
Oh
down.
no. Okay. No.
Yeah.
No.
I
Okay. No.
Kay's like, look,
I'm a
you know,
Horizon whore.
Kay's like, you know how I am.
Okay.
I'm a Horizon whore.
No.
But I
I
don't
can't.
want to hear nothing because y'all got the Last of Us remake. So.
Man, that's different, yo. That game's like 13 years old, though. Yo, Horizon just came. I mean, still looks great. It got a 60 FPS patch. It looks fantastic. I mean, I get they want to update it now because of the, the huge gap between Zero Dawn and Forbidden West. But at the same time, I'm like, that could have been used for something else. Like that time.
I mean,
like,
I can't help but spread my legs for them. I'm sorry.
yo.
Oh man.
I mean, I get it. You're a big fan, so I mean, I understand. All I'll say is it better be worth the damn price because I know they're probably gonna charge $70 for that bitch, and it better be worth it. Like, I don't know. I mean, maybe they'll include the multiplayer in that. I don't know. If it's like a 1-for-1 just remake, I don't know. I say that and then I see it. And I'm like, oh man, I'm probably gonna get that. I'm over here talking shit like I probably wouldn't do the same thing.
I mean, we know if it looks good, we're probably gonna go for it. So.
Oh man,
I mean,
I ain't got no type of morals. This is shameful.
I like it stiff, but those character models are a little too stiff for me.
Oh man.
Oh man.
I would like to see.
I mean, it is a drastic change, like with the way they the conversation, the way the characters have conversations and shit.
If it's because we don't know for sure if it's a remaster or a remake, right? So if it's like a full blown fucking remake where it looks just as good as Forbidden West, if they had a collector's edition, I would fucking buy it. Okay.
Oh,
real talk, so don't. We don't want to send PlayStation that.
It's too late. That message has already been sent.
It's too late.
It's too late. They don't release about 6 or 7 remakes and remasters. It's too late for that, Omar.
It's been sent and read.
Yeah, Demon Souls, Last of Us, Uncharted,
they're begging for
Demon Souls,
Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding.
Comes with a Thunderjaw statue. I'm buying it.
We've far past that. So PlayStation has already got the message, which is why they keep doing it. They're like, oh, they like it. Let's keep doing it. And I'm just like, oh man.
The one thing that made me happy is when Herman Hall said that we don't want to create enough Fortnite. So to me, he understands that Fortnite is just a lightning in a bottle.
Well, I mean,
we'll
everybody knows that you can't simply create it. I mean, tons of people have tried already. You can't.
We'll see. They say one thing, but let's see what they produce. We'll see about that.
I mean, I would not be surprised if Twisted Metal is a game of live service, which I'm
Everybody's
not a fan
saying
of.
that.
Because rumored was that it's going to be so, which I would not be surprised. Because Twisted Metal is an easy game to turn it into a live service.
I mean, I hear that, but I think a lot of people are forgetting how bad Twisted Metal
I was about to say, but it didn't do well though. So I don't see PlayStation investing in trying to make Twisted Metal a live service because it wasn't received well and it didn't sell well. So I don't see PlayStation trying to do that. Like, I don't know.
I mean, there is a new whatchamacallit.
The show. Yeah, I get that,
yeah,
but
the show.
I mean, we'll see.
And remember, And remember that whatchamacallit, there is that with The Last of Us One, they rushed the the game out to match the show. So I would not be surprised if they're gonna make if they're making a Twisted Metal game, new one. Also, I genuinely believe the rumor of Horizon Zero Dawn remake to match the show. I mean the series. So that's how PlayStation is moving. We seen it with The Last of Us One
That's not
because
the
of this
same.
show. Sorry, how is that not the same? Last of Us One never needed a remake.
Oh, absolutely
That,
not, sir. We're not doing
Oh, that's a
that.
lie.
We're not
That's a
doing
Nah,
that.
lie.
nah.
We're not
Last
doing
of Us,
that.
Last of Us One is a
Last
PS3
of Us
game.
One never needed a remake. We're not gonna
Nah, we
Nah,
bullshit
not
that.
doing that,
Nah,
bro.
nah.
nah, we absolutely
Did
are,
you
cause it has
play
a
it?
remaster.
Did you play it?
No.
Then hush. Then hush.
Yeah.
That's where we're gonna
Why?
stop that.
Why?
We're gonna stop that because
What?
you don't know what you're talking about. I'm
No.
telling you right now, you don't know what
Omar,
you're talking about.
you're
Just
sounding
cut.
like an Xbot
You
right
sound like an
now.
Xbox, bro.
How?
Don't do
Oh
it.
How?
Don't
man,
do
No.
I
it.
didn't play
Nah,
it, but
that's
I
bullshit.
know.
Nah.
I didn't play it, but I
Nah,
know.
nah. So, hold up. Is it wrong of me to want a new
Yes.
IP or something else instead of
And you
Last of Us
still
remake?
getting new IPs, but to say it didn't need one, I'm telling you, you didn't play it. That's why I said you don't know what you're talking about because it is a massive difference. I know, trust me. I watched someone else play the remaster, not even the original, the remaster. After I played the remake, that shit looked terrible. It needed it.
I'm not. I'm not
Country
focusing
ass.
on what I'm focusing on the
Horrible.
gameplay. What it did add gameplay wise? Did it
No, I'm
add new
talking about
weapons?
how it
Did it?
looks. To bring
Nah,
in
my focus.
another set
Nah,
of people who wanted to
I
play the game, who are going to get the best version of the game to ever be created.
Yeah,
It
I
was a
it needed
massive
it just
I
difference.
didn't
because. Listen,
say that The Last of Us remake doesn't look good.
No, you said it
I
didn't
said
need it. I'm
it's
telling you,
not
you're
needed.
wrong
no,
because I
no.
played it.
If okay, if you release the TV show, and like The Last of Us and how popular it is, and then you give people, you tell people, oh, it's based on a game, and you hand them that 2014 ass looking game, they're not gonna play that shit. It doesn't. It's not
Come
up to
on, they're
date.
gonna play it on the PlayStation
No,
4.
no, no, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. If they're especially if they're
What?
not gamers.
They're not.
Listen, you're getting people who aren't gamers, and you're trying to bring them into the gaming world. Like, hey, you like that show, The Last of Us? Guess what? It's based on a video game. And if you hand them that 2013, 2014 remaster, they're gonna look at that and be like, no, I'm not playing that.
Absolutely.
Like, and they're not.
So,
Naughty Dog's. It
so
looks great for the time, but it needed that remake. Omar, it's not up to date. It needed that so bad. The lighting is horrible in that game. Like that one part that me and Nate were talking about where
Yep.
you play as Joel and you're in the water, like everything's flooded, and you have to go underwater. It's dark and you can't. It's crazy how much I noticed. You couldn't see anything in the remake and remake. Like, I mean, in the remaster, in the original, you couldn't see anything in the room. It was even with your flashlight on, it's just like completely dark in certain areas. In that remake, I could see I could finally see the entire room. I was like, "Yo, this room is like it's." I can see the corners now. I can see the bottom. I can see
are you
around. Like
talking about when you with the family
when you
that kills
fall
the kid
in
children?
the elevator scene in the hotel, when you fall down and you're in the water and in
Oh,
the
okay, I
flooded
know what you're
area,
talking about.
and it's completely like pitch dark in there. You can't
It
really see your
is.
way
It is
around.
pretty dark.
The
Yeah.
lighting in the remake is so much better. You can finally see all the way around in the flooded area now. It's fantastic.
Okay, so then let me ask you this, and this is not a topic that I wanted to say, but
Oh
I
man.
just thought about it. If so, people said that the Last of Us TV series it's okay for it to be different, right? To have its own spin. So why shouldn't the Last of Us remake have its own spin as well,
That's
adding
not
new
again. Okay,
content.
wait. Now I'm gonna tell you what
Oh
you're
wait,
conflating.
you wanna change that great story?
Yeah, you're
What?
you're
Yeah,
conflating you're conflating people understanding how movies and TV work versus a video game. You just want things added because you know they're making it again. No, I don't want them to touch the video game. I had this conversation with Morgan the other night when she asked me if I wanted a Xenogears remake, and I said sure, but if they're gonna do that Final Fantasy VII remake bullshit, never touch my game. So no, I don't want them altering the game. When you talk, people
your
talk about
game, but your
alterations.
game is gonna always exist.
No, no, no. That
This
that's
is a
not. No, no,
different
no, no,
game.
no. That's not the point. You
Oh
didn't hear what I
man.
said. I
Oh
like the
man.
game as is. Do not touch it. The reason that I said you're conflating it is because things are different in live action versus a video game, which is why people understood
Now
certain
wait a
things
minute.
were going to have to
Yeah,
change.
Omar, how you gonna say that when you got so upset with the changes they made in that damn show?
Yeah, I was.
But now you want them to change the game. You were so,
Because
oh my God, Billstown. Oh my God, what about this part? They didn't say this line. Oh my God, you kept getting so upset. But now you want them to
no,
change the game?
because if you're gonna do that, then do that as because the people kept telling that the reason why the remake existed because of the show. The
Uh,
show was never the same as the remaster. So what the fuck we're talking about? If
no,
you're gonna
it was for the show because they knew they were going to have a new audience. So they had to
yeah,
update the
but
game.
again, I keep telling you that the show and and the game are different from each
Yes, they
other.
are,
So
but
if you're gonna make the
it's
show
still going
different,
to bring people to the IP though, Omar, and we saw that because they got 400% up on
yeah,
sales.
I
People are
think
still going to come to the game regardless if the TV show's different because now they're interested in the IP that is The Last of Us. They want to know more. They want to play the original source where the material came from. It doesn't matter that it's different. It's still The Last of Us. They still want to play. That's the whole point of the show. It was to bring people into like, look at this world, look at this IP. Guess
yeah,
what?
it
It's
did
based
get
on a
new
video
people
game.
in. I think 500% up.
Yeah, it
Yeah, it was
went
like
I
400,
crazy.
forgot.
It went
and it was
It
like
was
crazy.
400
crazy.
for Last of Us 2 and like 300 for Last of Us 1 or something. It was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's the reason for that.
Yeah, and then now they're about to get hopefully better at least factions at the showcase, and that's going to bring even more people in. Like,
faction.
hey,
I wonder if faction is going to be PS5 only then, cause
I doubt it.
on on the showcase they said PlayStation 5 and PSVR 2. They didn't
Mhm.
say PS4.
I
So
I doubt it. It's an online game. They're going to want the biggest pull they can
um
get, and it's probably going to be PS5, PS4, and PC. That's what I see day
yeah,
one.
I'm expecting it to be PC day one. I'm
Yeah.
expecting it to be PC, which we gotta talk about the whole topic from Jim Ryan. But before we do so, hey Krista, how are you and how is Octopath treating you?
Well, Octopath
Going
and Live a
back.
Live.
Oh, and live and live.
Yeah, she
Oh,
got both.
she is busy.
Hmm.
Um. Okay, so I think the final topic at hand. Yeah, there are no topics this week. Um, Jim Ryan had an interview and he was talking about how important games like Spider-Man are for his ecosystem, not ecosystem, for PlayStation, and also how important exclusivity deals on. Also, we should expect more, and also how he understands PC fans, but he wants games to be between 2 to 3 years before they hit a PC. Clearly, he understands the reason why people buy a PlayStation 5 because of what do you call it, content. And yo, PC people are not happy.
He'll be all right.
They they are hurt, man.
I think the majority
Because
of the
this,
people I've seen complaining are really just Xbots who want PlayStation in the same boat as
oh
them,
yeah,
and that's really it. Like PC people, the people I know, like I said, personally that play primarily PC are almost only exclusively PC. They don't care.
Yo,
They've already bought a PlayStation. They know the
it's
drill.
crazy. It's crazy how much like they truly believe PlayStation is gonna go day and date.
No,
They
they want them to go day and date.
Yeah, but they truly believe PlayStation is going to do so. They believe that because they believe they're gonna follow what Microsoft's doing.
Yeah,
But instead, we actually seen the opposite. Instead of going day and date, they're like, no, we're gonna slow down on PC releases, and
absolutely.
also we're gonna have you wait even longer.
I mean, they've seen how it cannibalized, Xbox's sales. I mean, they made it quite obvious how bad of an idea that is.
Clearly, because Phil Spencer went from we want number one to we're number three,
Hmm.
and we will never gonna out console Sony or Nintendo. I'm like, when your games are day one on PC, why should anyone ever own a Xbox?
Exactly.
Um, Also, he said how important Japanese games are, which it gives me hope for Jim Ryan to open a PlayStation studio in Japan or by a Japanese publisher.
Yeah, the only thing I'll say to Jim on that, show me, don't tell me.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna. I mean, it's a meme, but he is right. Enough of me. Let the game do the talking.
Yep,
Like that was the biggest mic drop.
as it should be.
Why should I keep talking if I can show you?
Exactly.
And later you play them. And when you play them, you're gonna be like, Game of the Year, Game of the Year. We literally had to fight between Forbidden West and Ragnarok for GOTY. I didn't name any other game for GOTY for me. I said Ragnarok versus Forbidden West.
Yeah,
So PlayStation is literally competing against itself.
essentially.
Showcase finally it's happening. So I think you're working, right? So you're not going to be able to go live.
I mean, no, but
Yeah,
we'll be in the chat.
yeah. So we're gonna do it off air then. Um, I'm super excited for this showcase. It's a long time coming. They better come in swinging. Which the fact that this showcase is happening before Xbox showcase tell me they're confident what they're about to show. And there is word on the street that Jim Ryan wants to make a statement. He is done with the. He is done in the sense of he wants people to move away from this whole Activision Blizzard deal and focus on solely what he has to offer.
Hey, be my guest.
PlayStation, hey, show me games. Show me games that are worth it. Don't bullshit me with games of live service and we're golden. And don't bullshit me with cross-gen games. Also, show me finally Spider-Man 2. And Nate, I hope to God that you're right. That they're gonna do something with the SSD. Kinda like how they did with Ratchet and Clank.
Yep. Yeah, I have no doubt for that team, man. That team is always ready to take the next step when it comes to technology. So I can see them definitely bringing it out.
I hope. Because it makes sense. Can you imagine if I don't know if PlayStation can PlayStation have us go from Spider-Man 2 to into the Spider-Verse, going something like that?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like them using that Rift technology The way that they did that in order to go into different places entirely. Like I said, everybody always thinks it's just going to be that place, but the fact that there's a lot of talk about Spider-Man 2099 and a bunch of other stuff, like the possibilities are kind of crazy right now.
So maybe we're gonna have shattered dimension, but like life instead of switching characters. But with
Potentially.
this one, you're actually experiencing it.
Listen, I don't know what we're gonna have, but I'm ready for whatever Insomniac has to bring to me. I'm just excited.
Yeah, Morgan's got her candles and her
Not
little
my
lighter
candles.
for the candles.
Look, I got my Spidey
Got the
comics in front of
cocoa
me. I've
butter
been,
set out.
So,
I've been,
Got
I've
that
been,
cocoa butter.
not the cocoa butter.
so there is
Cocoa
no
butter.
She's
uh,
got the little
uh,
jacuzzi foot bath with
Yo,
the Epsom salt.
Oh man, she said
oh
serenade
man,
me.
there is no hold back. There is no hold your expectation. Expect
nah.
less.
Look, I already know Insomniac's gonna bring it. Like, I don't ever have to be like, oh, I gotta hold back for Insomniac. Like, I mean, no, no. Like,
Nah,
I have
nah, nah,
no
nah,
doubt
nah.
in my
This is not
mind.
Insomniac only. This is a showcase as a whole.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Insomniac. Oh, okay, my
Okay,
bad.
yeah, okay. Then talk about Insomniac then. Yeah, no, Insomniac, they're gonna bring it. What do you want for Play Spider-Man 2? Because we never actually talked about this.
I don't know. I mean, I don't really have just because. I mean, I trust in Insomniac's vision of Spider-Man. They did
So,
more for when 2018. They did fantastic with Miles Morales. So I mean,
mhm.
I trust in whatever they're gonna do with Spider-Man 2. I just know they're gonna bring it. I can tell they have a lot of love for the Spider-Man IP, and you can tell from the game, that they respect the source material. Even if they deviate and make their own story. So I mean, I like whatever Peter and Miles' journey is. Like I'm excited to fight Venom. All right, I'm excited for Craven the Hunter. Like I'm excited to see what other surprises because they never have just two enemies in Spider-Man. It's multiple. So I'm sure
Mhm.
there's gonna be other enemies that we're fighting as well. So I'm excited to put that Venom black suit on
I
and
was
terrorize
about
the
to
city.
say,
I'm
Are
ready for
you
all of that.
are
can
you
you
ready for that
imagine Mike
tongue
Morales as a Venom? Black
I know,
suit?
right? Yeah, I know. What'd you say, Kay?
I said, are you ready for that tongue though?
Bruh. Like I hope we see what I really want to see is like because Venom is basically destruction, so I want to see the destruction mechanics for this game,
Oh.
like him just jumping from building to building and like shit falling off and windows
Oh.
getting busted and we're chasing him and it's just like just chaos everywhere. Like that's what I'm really interested to see. And now they have with Jim Ryan confirming, and we already knew this, but no bars holding them back because it's PS5 only. So they can use the full power and capabilities of the machine. We saw what they could do with Ratchet and Clank, and how visually impressive and just the game mechanics for that game. And now so they've gotten used to the tech of the PS5 with Ratchet and Clank. They got their they dipped their toe in the pool so they could feel around and understand how the PS5 works and what they can do with it. And then now this is their second game that's fully PS5, and they can push it. And they said with Ratchet and Clank that they barely scratched the surface of what the PS5 was capable of. So now this is their second game, PS5 only, and I just know
So,
they're gonna go freaking crazy. Like I'm expecting to have my mind blown with the Spider-Man 2 showcase.
for
Like
sure.
yeah,
So, old gen holding next gen back?
well, it always is. Like regardless of how beautiful a game is, just like Horizon Forbidden West, like we saw the vast improvement just with the DLC.
Mm-hmm.
What could be done with when it's just PS5 only, and as sad as I feel, not really, for the PS5 PS4 owners. It's time to move on. We're 3 years deep into
Oh
this
man.
generation.
There
You
is
know,
no
I know.
shortage.
I feel
There
bad
is
because
no
my little
anything.
brother is still stuck on PS4, and he's a bigger Spider-Man fan than me, and so he's very upset that he loves Star Wars too, so he couldn't play Jedi Survivor. I brought it over for his birthday last week, and he was just like, "Oh my god, I need to get a PS5." And he's still stuck over there, but I'm just like, I love you, but it's time for the rest of us to move on.
Time
Yeah,
for him to
come
figure it out.
and
on.
Yeah, it's time. This is a PS5 only basically showcase, except for the live service games, which I don't have a problem being cross-gen. But as far as the first party single player exclusives, PS5 only. We're moving on. I'm sorry, PS4 owners, but it's time. All right. I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised if they like announce like the Slim at the showcase or whatever.
Mm,
You know, like
that's
they'll
a good. Do
eventually,
you care?
do I
In the
care?
sense of, do you want time wasted from the showcase to
I
talk
mean, if it's
about
just like
the
30
hardware?
seconds, if it's just like 30 seconds to show off a Slim, I don't really care. But
Mm,
I mean, I'll be happy for the people, because it's all, the Slim's always a cheaper option for people who, couldn't get the full, same capabilities, just, comes in a smaller package. So, it'll probably be, around the same time Spider-Man 2 comes out. So, that'll be good for people who haven't picked up a PS5 yet. I'll be definitely pointing my brother in the Slim direction, like just get the Slim.
mm, yo, what if Spider-Man, Insomniac announced Sunset Overdrive 2? Is that something for you?
I mean, I didn't play Sunset Overdrive 1, but I'll be happy for the people who did and, who want a sequel.
I'd rather them
I'll try it
definitely
out.
not.
you said
I'd
no.
I'd rather them let that entire franchise die.
What
Mm.
I'm most excited about is stuff that we haven't seen yet. New IPs. I want to see what
Oh, so
Herman
you're
Hulst.
Phil Spencer.
Oh
You're
no,
excited about what you're.
no.
He's excited what they haven't shown. She's excited for what she hasn't seen. There's a difference.
Yeah, I want to see. Herman Hulst recently said he came back from Santa Monica and what he saw.
Oh yeah.
Impressed him on. I want to see what's that new IP. I want to see Ben. I also want to see Ben Studios' new game. What are y'all working on? Let me see that. I want to
Okay.
see. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No. I'm curious. Which studio do you think gonna show up? Go ahead.
I think Ben. It's definitely time for Ben Studio to show up and show their game, and then they've been kind of hinting that they're going to be there.
Yeah.
We all, of course, Insomniac's going to be there. Hoping Santa Monica's going to be there. Show off Corey's game. I mean, I don't expect gameplay. God of War just came out, but maybe like a teaser or something.
Yeah.
I'm hoping everybody keeps Jeff Grubb or whatever. People keep saying that Ghost or Sucker Punch isn't going to be there, but
I don't
I
think
love
those
Ghost of
two gonna be
Tsushima
there,
so much.
but I would not be surprised if Sucker Punch come out with a new IP.
Yeah, I love Sucker. I love game Ghost of Tsushima so much. So I would love to see a teaser for Ghost 2. I expect, of course, the other studios they picked up. I expect to see Haven there. Whatever Jay Raymond, her cloud game or whatever she's working on.
Oh yeah.
I expect to see who else do I expect to see? I expect to see what was it, London PlayStation? I think they're working on a VR game or a AAA game. I can't remember which.
Which studio?
The London one, London PlayStation
Oh,
Studio.
okay.
I expect to see Blue Point and see what the new IP maybe they're working on.
Blue Point is gonna be key.
Mhm.
Blue Point can either be remaking your favorite game, or it
Or
can be
both.
run to someone else.
I know.
We're gonna talk about it, but
Mhm.
I'm genuinely. I think Blue Point is gonna be the dark horse with
Yeah,
this
you think
one.
so? I think so
Either
too.
they're gonna showcase us a new IP or a remake of a popular IP.
Yeah, I hope it's new. Just because I just want to see what Blue Point can do. Like they're fantastic at making remakes, but I feel like that team has the ability to make a great new IP on their own.
I have a question. Is House Marquee ready to show us something
I
or too
wouldn't say
early?
House Marquee, but they did release the DLC and the co-op. Like what was it last year for Returnal?
Yeah, but they can have two different teams working on it.
They could. They've been hiring, but they're pretty new, so I wouldn't put that pressure. I mean, put that pressure on them. Just
Not pressure, it's
yeah.
just stop it.
Yeah. I get you. I just feel like they're kind of new, so they're probably still getting their foot in. But I mean, I wouldn't be upset at it. If they want to, make a new IP, I'll absolutely,
Give it to us.
Right. Let's see who else. Of course, Naughty Dog. Look, Naughty Factions better be there. Like, we have been waiting too damn long for that damn game. Okay, it's beyond time. Neil already said, I think it was earlier this year or late last year that later this year we were going to be getting actual news, right, for Factions. So it seems this is technically later in the year. It is beyond time. We've waited 3+ years for this. Okay, I don't want to see no concept art. I don't want Neil coming out and talking about the expectations of the game.
Yeah,
and
no, I
what we
think
can
they're gonna
expect.
bring it
I
gameplay.
need to see a freaking reveal, and it better include some gameplay. It ain't got to be all gameplay. It could be like, a mix of cinematics, cutscene, and gameplay.
Don't go
I
easy
want to
on them.
see.
This is not Xbox.
You know what I would love? I would love if I know they're not going to do that because The Last of Us is too much of an important IP, but if they just said, like, it's available after the show. Like, Factions is up, people.
Don't think
I don't see
they
it
would do
because
something like that.
no, yeah, Last of Us
So
now,
wishful
especially
thinking.
with the show, it's become too much of a revenue stream for PlayStation to just shadow drop it. But I just hope it comes out this year. That's really my realistic expectation for Factions. I hope it comes out sometime later this year because I am so ready. I'm so ready for I loved it in The Last of Us, one. Like I'm like they're implementing it and making it bigger, and from the concept art at least, we got some kind of expectation, like it's gonna be big, it's gonna be massive, like the maps are gonna be huge. Like I'm ready to see what Naughty Dog can do when they're just like fully on multiplayer mode. Like, all that talent and the quality they bring to single player, I want to see that in Factions, in multiplayer, bigger. So yes, Neil, it is time. PlayStation, it's time. Factions, we need to see it. We deserve it. We've been patient with y'all. It's time to bring some Factions gameplay and a date, damn it. Or at least a year expectation, something. But
Maybe
yeah.
in open beta.
Oh yeah, that would be a good shadow drop though.
Yeah,
Like,
that would be.
I could see that being like, okay, and for all the people, thank you for being patient. Boom, there's an open beta after the showcase. Everybody can the way them servers would be blown. So
Yeah,
crowded
that
trying
would
to
be
get into
crazy.
that shit. Yeah, and we will, of course, we all got to get on after, like, if they do that, we're all getting on and playing. But yeah, that's a good point, Omar. I could definitely see them shadow dropping a beta. That would be fantastic. That way
Okay.
we can see what it's like. They can work out the kinks, all that good stuff.
So staying with
yeah.
you, staying
go
with
ahead.
you, the rumored MG3.
MG3,
What's your thought?
Wait, what?
Metal Gear Solid
The
3.
Metal Gear Solid
Oh,
3.
shit. Listen,
I'm going there.
I want to believe it. Okay, but we've been hearing this damn rumor for fucking years now. But I had this feeling, that at least now that we've gotten proof that Konami is willing to license out their IPs with, us getting the Silent Hill 2 remake exclusive, it brings more hope to me that we can finally get a Metal Gear Solid remake. And I would love it with 3, right? Like that's like the beginning, Big Boss, all that stuff. Like I'm excited. Like I hope we get it, and hopefully, I'm gonna be selfish. I hope it's the timed exclusive. Like just so we can get like, I just wanted to be just focus on PS5. Just focus on PS5.
Well, it's also gonna hit PC. Come on.
I mean, I'll give it a PC. Sure, whatever. PC. I don't give a fuck about them dudes. Sure, whatever. They can have it. But you know what? I don't even care. It doesn't have to be time exclusive. It's whatever. I just want Metal Gear back. People are saying they don't want it without Kojima, but I'm like, if it's a remake, you don't need Kojima
him for that. Yeah.
It's not. I was like, I'm not asking for a new one.
Doesn't Kojima own something of the IP? Or
I don't think so.
of it?
I'm pretty sure they wholly own the IP.
Yeah, I think that was
Konami.
the whole point of like a lot of the fight and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was him not
I'm
owning
pretty
really any
sure
of it.
he's gonna be getting royalty, and I'm pretty sure PlayStation
I
made sure
mean,
of
if he's
that.
gonna
You
get
know,
royalty, I don't really care. But I mean,
yeah, well,
I just
I
want
mean,
it
cool if he
remade.
does, but I mean, hopefully, PlayStation win with his blessing. Like, we're gonna remake this game. I hope you're okay with that.
Yeah, PlayStation could definitely mediate
So,
between the two. Like,
hmm
so
It's like if anybody can bring Kojima and Konami back, it could be PlayStation. Like just mediating. Like, come on, guys, let's hold hands. It's okay.
why is
Uh-huh.
yeah no why is that dog shit dreadful on my screen?
Oh man,
Uh,
that's
yeah
Xbox greatness,
no
sir.
yeah, okay, extra greatness. Okay, so one IP you didn't mention,
Mm.
Final Fantasy 16. Do you think
Yeah.
it's going to be there?
Oh yeah,
No. No.
he said no.
I do.
No.
Only because I know how PlayStation rocks, especially with the IP that's coming out so close and it's so big for them. Like, remember, we all remember how they did fucking Deathloop. They marketed the shit out that stupid ass game.
Yeah.
Every freaking show, a state of play, a showcase, a little YouTube snippet. Them motherfuckers was marketing the hell out of some damn Deathloop to the point where I didn't give a shit about that game when it came out. Okay,
This
I was
game
so
we're gonna
tired of
see.
seeing it. We're definitely gonna see Final Fantasy. I don't think it's gonna be like long or anything. I think it's gonna be like a
I think
30
they
second
might
to a minute
do
final trailer or something.
a shadow drop demo, and we
I
might
could definitely see that. I
absolutely
can
see
definitely see that.
Stellar Blade gameplay.
Yeah, Stella Blade. If it hopefully it's still on track to come out this year.
Yeah, and what about Lost Soul Aside?
Yeah, Pragmata.
Oh, Pragmata, that's also another IP,
See.
and there's also Deep Dive.
I want to say
Do you
Pragmata.
think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they kind of just showed that, and then we never heard from that again.
Yeah, and there is also Deep Dive. So
Yeah.
clearly there are a lot of IP PlayStation can.
Little Devil Inside. I better see that. I better see fucking Little Devil Inside. I swear. I
Well,
need a release date.
that can have been. That's one of the few from Phase 1, eh?
Yeah, and it's like we got a whole state of play. Like it got its own individual state of play last year. No date, but and then
Yeah.
that was it. I'm like, okay, where is it?
So, anything else you want to say about.
You know what's gonna be there? Abandoned's gonna be there.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Lexi?
Yo,
I will
Abandoned's
abandon
gonna
you.
show up and it's gonna
Nah.
kill everything.
Okay, real talk now. What if.
Cody 2024.
Who left Tango Game Studio not too long ago?
Oh, the creative director or whatever.
Yeah, Shinji Mikami. What if
Yeah.
PlayStation have him on the
Oh, don't
stage?
say that. Don't say that. Don't do that.
Hey, that's a one way to show commitment to Japanese gamers.
Where would you
man. They
where
said-
would you place him?
They said he
Or,
retired like
or
Michael Jordan.
give
He's
him
coming
his
back.
Or give him his
Give
own
him his
studio.
own. Give him his own studio. Invest in them. The same way you invested in Kojima.
Mm-hmm.
Have him work with Decima. Like, come on. Especially now that we know Ben Studio switched from Unreal to Decima.
Yeah, I was happy with that news. I was like, good. I mean, they did good with Unreal, but they had trouble with
Yeah.
Days Gone. But the technical side.
I'm like, if you can have Shinji Mikami make you a sci-fi horror game or a horror game with Decima engine, like sign up, sign me up.
You want an Evil Within competitor?
Make something better.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
Evil Within.
Okay. Oh man.
I want something that rivals the first Resident Evil.
Oh damn.
And he
You
has
asking,
the power to do so.
you asking for a lot there. I mean, like, I'm not gonna say he doesn't, but yeah, I mean, we've seen what happens when vets who've made certain games, i.e., what's his name, who made Dead Space, gets a studio and makes their own game, and then we got what was the
Are
game?
you talking about Callisto Protocol?
Yes. Yes.
The difference is this was not PlayStation IP. With this one, it's going to be exclusive, full-blown exclusive, or tie, and it's going to be a situation like what they did with Kojima.
Yeah, I mean, I hear that, but I'm just saying, like, people just assume because somebody made a certain game that they have the ability to do it again, and I'm just like, that's not
Oh,
always. It's not always the
that's
case.
it. I mean, yeah, we seen it with the Capcom creator for Mega Man. He did Mighty Number 9, and that didn't do well. So
Yeah,
I feel you on that end. But on the other hand, you also have a story like Kojima, which give him money, give him an engine, and delivers us greatness with Death Stranding.
yeah, that's
Oh
true.
yeah,
That's
Real
true.
Talk.
Oh, Death Stranding
Uh,
too.
Death Stranding too. Yeah, you read my mind. I was about to say that.
Yeah,
That's gonna be absolutely showcased on
love it.
that show.
I hope we get a date.
No, we're gonna see gameplay, but that's about it. I think he didn't show gameplay for Death Stranding because he was afraid of people reception.
I
So with this
mean,
one, they're gonna show gameplay. They we know what the gameplay the game is. They're gonna show us improvements. They're gonna show us
I
quality of life improvements, and
I
we're gonna
expect
go from there.
the Kojima trailer to be, or the Death Stranding trailer to be very Kojima like a bunch of scenes put together that don't make any sense and it's very
Um,
vague and you don't
Kojima,
understand anything that's going on and you're just like he because he likes it
mm,
that way. He's like, yeah, be confused,
so
bitches.
I I disagree because we had a Death Stranding 2 trailer reveal, and that was a fine one. Like
True,
we
but I
understood
mean,
what's going on.
I feel like the gameplay is going to be the same, and that's not a bad thing. I feel like the gameplay is going to be like similar to Death Stranding 1, which is not bad because I think the gameplay with Death Stranding
No,
1 was great.
gameplay for Death Stranding 1 is one of the best, which is addictive as fuck.
Oh my god, it's just a mailman walking simulator.
Lady, we're not doing that. It's people never played it, so
Oh, it's fantastic. Like I
addictive,
remember
eh?
trying it. I tried it for the first time with the PS5, upgraded version. With all the bells and whistles and stuff like that. And
Oh.
I loved it. Like first of all, the beauty of that game is crazy. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
like the first 20 minutes when you're just walking and the songs playing in the background and you just walking past the mountains and the hills and the waterfall and I was like just taken away. I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? I was like, this is like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. Like I'm just walking around, the package on my back and the songs playing. I'm kind of walking fast down the hill and the scenery is just fantastic and I make my way to the city. Like it's Kojima, man. He does his shit. And then I'm not into and it's not saying Death Stranding's a scary style game, but I'm really not into like this. Like I'm a little bitch, so I can't handle scarier games. And the first time I encountered the first time I encountered the enemies in Death Stranding, I about lost my shit. I was like, oh my god, because I'm sitting here trying to hold my breath.
Oh
he,
yeah.
he runs out of breath, and I'm like, oh shit, they see me, and I start busting out running, and then motherfuckers grab me by the ankle and swoop me up. I'm losing my mind. But then I realized how to fight them. I got my little blood bag and all that stuff, and I'm like, you know what, this isn't hard, and I enjoyed the boss battles and the whale battle was fantastic. When it turns into a
Oh yeah,
whale,
the way it was fantastic. Yeah.
it's beautiful. It's fantastic. If you haven't tried Death Stranding, please try it. It's on PS Plus, I think, still. So
Yeah, maybe.
so yeah,
Uh,
try it.
it's
It's a
the
fantastic
story is
game.
amazing.
Story.
The music is
I
amazing.
I've enjoyed. I think every character that he showed, like every character in that game is like going through some traumatic, thing in their life. I mean, what was it? Mama, like her story had me crying. And I was like,
Ooh.
oh my god, what? Like, Kojima can write, man. I don't know what everybody else got to say about Death Stranding, but Kojima knows how to write. Like those characters, they really draw you in. I was like, I was teary eyed for most of the game just
Hartman,
listening. Hartman, oh my goodness, his story, ah, like
Die Hard Man, like
yeah, it's like he's like I can't
every
leave this
single
place.
one of
I'm like,
them.
what? They all have something like going on. It's just it's beautifully poetic in its way that Kojima kind of pulls at your heartstrings with these characters.
Mm.
And yeah, give it a
So
try.
Yeah, absolutely. So, final thought, showcase. What do you think? Is it going to top the PlayStation 5 reveal? Yes or
I'll,
no?
you say, is it gonna do what?
Is it going to
Oh,
top?
top.
Yeah,
Oh,
top the PlayStation 5 reveal showcase.
I don't know if it. I mean, because that's such a big thing, a new console. It's hard to top that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my
Okay,
god, that's
okay.
PlayStation 5.
Put the console aside. Focus on the game that were
See
revealed.
that, and you're that's funny, Omar. 'Cause that's exactly what I told Nate the last night. I was like, I want it to be this showcase. I want it to be more like the 2020 showcase than the 2021. Because I know y'all remember 2021 where it was like the
What
first
2020? I forgot.
2020 was the reveal, or I'm sorry,
Oh,
yeah, or
okay.
2019,
So what's
whichever
the
one.
so?
2021 or was like 70% filler. But remember, they saved the PlayStation stuff to the end. That was the Wolverine, Spider-Man 2,
Oh, mm,
God of War. I don't want
but
it to be like that.
PlayStation. But that was PlayStation. That was. Oh, restock. I think we might actually get another one where they show at the end the Slim.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The Slim, yeah.
No,
I
no,
think they're
no,
gonna
no,
show
no.
this the
No,
Slim,
no, no,
yeah.
no. I'm talking. They might actually do it again, but this one without the OG. They show the Slim now.
That's what I said, Omar.
Oh, sorry. I said you then.
That's what I said.
Okay.
I think they're gonna reveal the Slim at the show. That's what I feel like.
Let
Yeah.
us
You want that, or you don't
Yeah.
want that?
I mean,
Okay,
as
you
long
want.
as it's like not taking up the entire show, like if it's only like a minute or two for them to reveal the Slim, I don't care.
Okay, gotcha. So, final point. What
I just
uh,
for
what
the
do you think
show,
the show gonna get out of 10?
oh, it better get an 8 or better for me. That's all I know. It's been too
Hey?
long. It better get an 8 or better. And
Okay.
because it's been too, we all know it's been too long since, and
Yeah.
PlayStation did it to themselves. So now the pressure is even higher because they didn't have a show last year. So
Mm.
we're expecting banger after banger after banger after banger to be revealed. I
Thank
just
you.
don't want it to be full of filler, like a bunch of games where we're kind of just sitting there like, what is this? I don't care about this. What the hell is
We are
that?
getting VR though.
Yeah, we are gonna get some VR games. I expected that because of course they're selling the PSVR 2. They have to
Yeah.
show off some PSVR 2 games. Hopefully it's what's that game that everybody
Really
wants?
cool.
Um, Half-Life Alex.
Oh,
Hopefully
that'll
it's
be
that.
interesting.
Yeah,
That'll be a good Minecraft. There's
but
maybe that Resident Evil 4 VR remake.
yeah. I just don't, like I said, I just don't want it to be where I walk away from the show and I'm like, damn, that was like 80% filler. Like, or I walk away from the
Yeah.
show and it's like, oh man, there's only really 3 games I saw that I want to play. Like, I want to walk
Yeah.
away and be like, I got a list of games that I got to look out for and look out for dates and pre-orders because I'm getting this one, this one, this one, this one. That's where I want to walk away. I want to walk away impressed and be like, okay, PlayStation, you made me wait, but it was worth it. Like, that was fantastic. You blew me away.
Okay. So, what do you think? Final question. What do you think they're gonna open with, and what do you think they're gonna close with?
I have a feeling, and this is probably stupid, but I have a feeling they're going to open with Spider-Man. Just because
I think they're gonna open with Spider-Man. I believe so as well. What do you
yeah.
think they're gonna end with?
Ooh, yeah. Do you think they're going to have a one more thing kind of moment?
Yeah, that's why I'm asking you because I want to see what you thought.
I feel like hopefully it's a new IP that they and like so I
That's
don't.
what I feel gonna be. I
Mhm.
think it's gonna be such a left ear that people are not expecting the studio
Yeah,
to be ready to
that's what I want.
reveal something, and they're gonna do that.
And we'll be like, oh
Which,
shit, this is Naughty Dog or this is Santa Monica. Oh shit, what is
yeah,
this?
yeah, something like that. That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Going to UK, what your
Hey.
thoughts on what's going on? And yeah, so 3 questions. One, what's your thoughts on the showcase finally happening? Two, what's your thoughts on what we're going to see? What do you want to see? And three, what do you think gonna start and end with? And for
That's too many
your
questions, Omar.
opinion. Hey, It's the
Well,
same
Can't wait to play
conversation
it
we
part
had
all.
with
part. Okay,
Morgan.
wait a minute. I'm
After
just
like
gonna
6.
streamline that. Just answer the showcase stuff, like general. But I mean,
Okay.
I'm probably gonna be leaving in like Priscilla has a race, so I
Oh,
have
oh,
to
my bad.
Yeah.
leave. I have to
I
leave
mean,
in
I'll
like
just
20
I'll
minutes.
just give like a general thought on the showcase, and then I was wanting to say something about Herman Holst visiting Santa
Sure, go
Monica.
for it.
So the showcase, I'm 100% with Morgan. They're gonna make us wait. Like, how long has it been? 2 years? Is that
Shit,
is that right?
2 years. Mm-mm-mm.
2 motherfucking years.
Mm-mm-mm.
It better be a fucking banger. It better be like, oh my gosh, this has made it worth waiting 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
It better make me want to touch myself. Okay, like that's how good it better be.
I love it. Yeah. Uh-huh.
You know, um, and have a happy ending afterwards. So come on, PlayStation.
Absolutely.
Gonna make me wait 2 years. Come on now. All right. Anyways, um, so what do I expect to see? Um, you know, I don't have any expectations because things like this, I don't like to build up expectations because I don't want to be disappointed. I would rather be surprised. Now, things that I would like to see, but I'm not going to expect them. I would like to see Pragmata. I would love to see Ghost of Tsushima 2. I would love to see what Ben's working on. I think it would be amazing if we saw like a little taste, a little snippet of maybe what Corey's working on. I think that would be interesting. Um, I would like to see an update for factions, even though I'm not big into it like Morgan. But as like a PlayStation fan, if like you're going to be talking about it for years, and the game came out like years ago, Last of Us 2, and you still haven't put something out, like as a fan, I want my friends to have an update, if that makes sense. Even though I'm not personally invested into it or super interested in it myself. I think it would be awesome to see a release date, if anything, um, or a release window, even like an actual release window. Um, Other than that, I don't like. I want to be excited, you know, whether it's sequels or new IP. Um, I know that there's a Horizon multiplayer. Like that's the only real multiplayer I might have an interest in because it's Horizon and I'm a Horizon whore. So, I doubt we're gonna see anything about that at all. But um, I think that would be cool to see something pretty soon. No, not soon. I don't know. I mean, if Factions is taking this long to come out, who knows when Horizon multiplayer is going to come out? But, um, yeah, just that's about it for the showcase. I don't really have anything else to say about that. And then I wanted to say something about Herman Holtz going to Santa Monica.
Hmm.
So he went and visited them, right? And I guess they
Yeah,
showed him like some games, right?
yeah.
And it reminds me of when Jim Ryan recently went and visited Kojima, right? And Kojima showed him something. So it kind of reminds me of that, and it makes me wonder if Herman Holst's nipples got just as hard as Jim Ryan's when Jim Ryan went to go visit
I was waiting
Kojima.
for it. I was just waiting. I can't stay UK. Good God.
Okay. Okay, everyone in chat, we have a new place open.
Oh,
Cocktail
I
gonna
think
be
I
no
think
longer a part
I think
of
hard
oh
nipples make a
man.
gameplay.
gauge. Hard nipples make a good gauge of excitement. I'm sorry.
Not a
Okay.
gauge.
You know.
I'm sorry, Kay. You're not for tonight. Weeb, what your thoughts?
Cheesy no more.
Hey,
But hey, Okay,
If
it's
you care
fine.
about nipples, talk about it off air. On here,
Oh
Hey,
I
man.
need to talk about the show.
I, Omar, gay is fine, but Jesus Christ, your
Yeah,
pacing is.
but Nate doesn't have the time, though. That's why.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
want everyone's opinion.
Yeah, why didn't you ask Nate first then?
Because he needs to leave. If he leaves,
You
the
should
entire
ask him
show
first
ends.
before he has to leave.
Yeah,
Then
But he
yeah.
can't leave. If he leaves, the show ends.
All right, fine. Yeah, I'd say that don't don't set your expectations too high, I suppose, because we're
Weeb?
yes.
Are you for real? 2 years we waited, and you're telling me
let this
don't set
man
our
get his
expectations
bars
too
out.
high?
Well,
All right.
because everybody's gonna is not say, oh yeah, we're gonna see everything. Like,
I'm gonna see GTA 6.
come on.
It's gonna be
But
exclusive to PlayStation.
look, what I hope to see, sure, I want to see some new stuff. Whatever Santa Monica's working on, maybe new Naughty Dog IP. Um, what I expect to see, yeah, Spider-Man 2. Yeah, factions probably. And there was one retweet. I think it was a Project Awakening. You know that trailer like
Yeah.
years ago with that dragon stuff. So apparently that's still a thing that is going to be
Mm-hmm.
shown. So yeah, that looked really interesting. So I hope we're going to actually it's actually going to be a real game, and then they're going to show it showcase. Other than that, yeah, I definitely hope we're not going to see any hardware reveals or whatever because this is going to be a game show. I mean, they can just tweet that or whatever. I don't need a it's like only an hour or whatever, right? I don't need them to waste 5 minutes on showing a
You're right
slim.
though. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and Little Devil Inside. Yeah, I mean, I still have that game in my wish list, and it's still saying yeah, recently released or recently announced. Like what? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Donate. Do you think or not?
So, what do you
Nah,
expect
man.
yourself?
What are you saying?
What do you expect yourself?
I
That's
just
what he
said
just
that.
said.
Oh my, not listening again.
Again.
No,
Exactly.
I was genuinely typing on chat. That's why.
Yeah,
See, whatever weebs up, he starts typing it.
No, because I'm genuinely interested in his opinion, though.
He said it though. You wasn't
why
listening,
aren't
my
you
man.
listening, man? Jesus Christ, Omar. You can re-listen to the podcast if you're interested in what my
I
opinion is.
Oh,
will. I will
weebs
do so.
starts
I
talking, and he said, "All
apologize.
right, bathroom break time."
I apologize, but I'm definitely going to go back and listen because I'm genuinely curious. Um. Okay. Fine. I apologize. Nate, what's your thought?
Yeah, I mean, I said for a long time we needed a showcase, so obviously, we finally got that part out of the way. Yeah, I mean, I expect PlayStation to bring it 150%. No bullshit, no placating. I mean, it's been over 2 years. Get the shit done. Get in there. Show us the games that you tell us you've been seeing that are making you excited. Internally, and I'm ready to see what's what. I don't really give a shit what Jeff says about things not being there. So fuck him. I expect
Oh
Ghost 2
man.
to show the
Oh
fuck
man.
up. I want to see it. I was like, it doesn't have
You
to
gotta put
be.
some respect on Jeff's name.
It doesn't have to be. Uh, what I'm saying, like something crazy. I mean, this would be the first reveal. So, hey man, just Jen saying something over Ghost 2, title screen. You know, talking about coming for the mainland or whatever. Cool. Let me know it's coming. Let me know it's on the way. Um, yeah, I mean, obviously factions. I'm excited for that. I hope they do it correctly and realize the mistake that they made at the end of factions when they started including DLC paid for
You mean
weapons.
that fuck you gun? That
I mean,
pay for
regardless,
to win?
I mean, period. Like, if it's not cosmetic, don't do it. Like, if you're gonna add a weapon, add the weapon overall, but don't put it behind a paywall. That's so. Hopefully they learned their lesson. Hopefully they've been speaking, to Bungie and so on and so forth, and really paying attention to the successful uh, live service games and understanding that, in order to maintain a balance, you need to keep all the things that actually affect gameplay open to everyone. Um, and then of course, I want to see whatever some of the new IPs that some of them have been working on. Most of the teams are in two now, so potentially a first glimpse at Naughty Dog's new IP, Sony Santa Monica's new IP. Um, I mean, there's just a lot in the works. Obviously, Sony Bend, they've been making a lot of noise lately. They had their 30th anniversary. Definitely want to see what they're working on. I know that's what Rob's working on, so I'm sure he's ready for that reveal to get out of the way. Yeah, man, I'm just expecting nothing but good things.
Sucker Punch?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I expect them to be. I mean, the show's an hour and some change, so I mean, it depends on what we got, and then I know they're gonna show some potential third party or second party things. So yeah, I mean, I just fully expect them to show us nothing but the best on offer. Maybe even some results, some latest results from the China Hero project. So because that game,
Yeah.
that program has produced
Uh,
some great stuff.
Lost Soul
So
Aside?
yeah, Lost Soul Aside, so on and so forth. So potentially a release date for that because it's been MIA for a while now. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like Morgan said, ending thoughts is just it better be an 8 out of 10 plus for me by the time we're done because it's been far too long. That's it.
8 out of 10? You guys are too easy with this one. I want
I
it
don't
to
I
be
don't, I don't
10.
think I don't think you know what it takes for me to have an 8 out of 10. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
know this is a lot for me to get an AI for a showcase.
yeah.
I wanted not after
10 out
years.
of 10.
I wanted
Omar,
to
you
be
are like
10
the
out of
pickiest
10.
person I know. So a 10 out of 10 for you is going to take way too fucking much. The impossible.
They're
I
gonna have to
mean, new
reincarnate
IP.
Jesus
You
to
show
give
me
me a
new
10 out of 10.
IPs. Show me new IPs. Show
Yeah,
me
but the new
exciting
IPs
IPs,
need
and
to
you're gonna get 10.
interest you. That's
Yeah.
the difference.
Because you're going to be like,
And
I
that
don't
is
like this in
why,
that
yeah.
game, and I don't like that in that game. And what about, oh, that game played a little wonky? Or,
Yeah.
you are very
I
picky,
no,
Omar.
I don't know. Not with gameplay though. Like for
Are you
example,
the pickiest
oh yeah,
person with
Rise of the
gameplay?
We're gonna run this back
Rise of
after
the
the showcase
Ronin.
and see.
You don't say I'm not
We're
picky
gonna
with
be
gameplay. The lies.
Hmm.
nah. After when it comes to reveal, I don't. When it comes to playing it myself, then I'm gonna have issue if I play that. But reveal, no. Like for example, Rise of the Ronin. We gonna see that or no?
Maybe. I mean, we got a lot from the initial or from the last trailer, so maybe I don't know. I mean, I
I
feel like we got
mean,
it from the last one. To be honest, it was a good amount of gameplay that they showed off. Maybe like a story thing where they could actually do a like straight gameplay, maybe or something. I don't know.
hmm but yeah, I think that's everyone. As for me, I already had the conversation with Morgan, uh, where we were talking. Um, because yeah, everything is that
Boy,
I talk about with
your
Morgan.
fans getting worse
I
progressively
was like, yo, is
as we
this fan
go.
getting louder?
Yeah, you might
Wait,
want to.
what?
You
Yeah,
might want
Omar,
to. I think you want a timer, bro. You might want to handle that.
your fans
What do you
getting
mean?
Your
louder.
fan sounds like it's getting louder
Wait, my
progressively as the show
fan?
goes on.
Really?
Yes,
Can you hear
yes,
it now?
sir. We've been
It's
hearing it the entire podcast, but it sounds louder.
I think what happened is I put my mic on my bed.
you
And now you
always
should
move your microphone during the show, and then it just gets.
no. That sometimes I do that. But wait, hold up. Can you hear it now? Cause
Yes, Omar, we've been hearing it
oh,
the
if
entire
you
time.
damn.
Just go
I
ahead.
will.
It's less than it was a minute ago. So just go ahead
Yeah,
and
it's
say your
fine.
points.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
no, that was literally on bed. Now I pick it up and I moved away. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hit up someone like Persona or Body and ask them about noise cancellation, because I know there is something to do about it, that you can
I
cancel
mean,
noise.
noise cancellation is background noise, but while you're talking, your mic is active, so it's looking to pick up the sound. It's just meant to pick up like background noise. Your
So
your your
it's gonna
your
pick it
your
up.
fan, yeah, your fan is like right there. It's not background noise. Background noise is like
Uh,
you don't hear my AC when it turns on in my background. That's background
uh,
noise.
uh,
Yeah.
hmm. Well then, I'm screwed.
You're
Cause
fine,
I
bro.
don't have.
Just go ahead and tell us what your thoughts are for the show so we can handle it.
Oh yeah, no. For the show, I'm generally expecting a 10 out of 10, mostly because they haven't shown up for
Lord.
so long. No, 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 no. What I mean by that, they're gonna blow us away. That's what I'm talking. That's what I mean with 10.
Hmm.
They have to. For 2 years, we have not gotten any showcase, big showcase like that.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So I'm not gonna temper my expectation. I'm gonna keep it through the roof. I'm not expecting GTA 6. That would be crazy if it's revealed over there. I am expecting Mortal Kombat gameplay. Absolutely, I am.
What?
Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially with PlayStation, I would not be surprised if they revealed over there, because the game just got revealed.
Hmm.
I would not be surprised if this was part of what was going to be showcased. Um, Other than, because remember, Silent Hill was going to be showcased, and it was rumored to be showcased at the PlayStation event, and other IPs that was supposed. Oh yeah, maybe something with Castlevania, cause
Oh God. He said
yeah,
take the whole Konami slate, huh?
I mean Konami is shout out to Grub. He's the one that said they're working with PlayStation or lending the IP to PlayStation. It had Castlevania, Metal Gear, and Silent Hill. Silent Hill were this is what I believe the Metal Gear rumor. Like I have no dog in the fight with Metal Gear, but I'm pretty sure that shit is gonna be revealed. Oh, because we kept hearing about Silent Hill remake for how long? And
Shit,
then it
for
became real.
it's like the whole uh shit since PT really is when we.
PT is a whole kind of worm.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying we've been hearing about a Silent Hill remake ever since PT. You
Okay,
know.
everything PT, yeah, got you. So we might actually get a little bit snippet of Forspoken DLC, and then the big one, Final Fantasy 16, is on screen right now. We're gonna absolutely see something from that. Maybe a shadow drop demo, whether like, oh, demo is the end of the show, and then with Insomnia, okay, they're gonna do their thing. But let's keep it moving because Innate needs to leave. So let's get to the outro. Innate, where people can find you. And thank you for the hosting.
Hey, you say me?
Sorry?
What?
I
Guys,
said I'm gonna keep it moving and let's get to the outros. Innate, where people can find you.
All
I
right, you
think
can
it's
find
easy.
Nate at the real Nate on Twitter, and he's just gonna tell you, he's excited about the show and keep it gaming. All right, that's where you can find
And
Nate.
played games.
Absolutely.
Okay. Morgan, shout out to you. On more than one. Where people can find you.
People can find me on Twitter at Chill Bandit. Um, great, great podcast today. Favorite topic. I always love talking about a showcase. So happy we finally got the showcase announcement. And next Saturday is the day we'll be talking about our feelings about the showcase. And hopefully we walk away or we come to the podcast on Saturday with positive feelings and excitement for what we've seen. So, stay tuned. Come back next Saturday to hear our thoughts on it.
Yeah, part
Hopefully
2.
everyone's satisfied.
Yeah, I better walk away satisfied.
Very
Oh
satisfied.
no. I have the feeling K have that double meaning with that one.
Oh, absolutely.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. K, lady, where people can find you if people wanna find you.
Oh, they want to find me. They always come. Come to find me.
I set myself up for this one, didn't I?
Oh, man.
COME. Anyways,
Ugh.
you guys can come and find me on Twitter at Keely1103. I'm the one with the dog face and the PlayStation beanie.
Shout out to her for the thumbnail. Always using her one.
Oh yeah. Oh, and Otter Nation.
I was about to
Otter
say,
Nation. Let's go.
where people can find you.
You can find me on Twitter as the Weep Sheriff at Infinite Rhizome and All Nations.
Otter Nation.
As for me, people can find me at Carb_Jeb on Twitter and anime and gameplay Vitamin G podcast every Monday 8 p.m. Eastern time. Shout out to everyone that came through. I'm so excited for the showcase, and we're gonna see what they have for us. We're gonna see if they're gonna be all live service or we're gonna see single player games. Cause that's the PlayStation we're dealing with right now. And if you're here, then hey, I had it laugh. You
That was
can
me,
end it.
sir. Jeez.
Oh.
That was my laugh, sir.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Yes, really.
The insult. I don't know whether to take that as an insult or if the nation take that as an insult.
I
I'm a little-
genuinely thought that was his laugh. Damn.
Oh man.
Hey, bad hearing. That out there.
Yeah, I know. That's what you always say.
Hey, it's true though.
You trying to use the hearing cop out? Okay.
No. Let me. Hey, I'm gonna end it. 3, 2, 1.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Hey, I swear I didn't mean